Hey there, Uni-Warriors! AngryWhoreJoe here, once again bringing you the latest in Uni-War action! Alright, I'm so excited to get everything started here. Let's get this game... Well, not the game, let's get this live cast underway. I've been waiting forever for the opportunity to bring this up. At long last, we are going to be able to watch today the December 2016 Championship Quarterfinals. It's going to be such a great series of matches. But first, to make things even better, we are going to get the very first, one and only sneak peek of the upcoming Submarine Aquatic Unit class. It is all happening right here on AngryGoblin Games. So welcome all. Make sure you blast the chat rooms, blast your friends. Make sure you let everyone know that this is getting started. Let's grab an audience and take a look at some of these matches and units today. Well, that's not what I wanted to do at all. All right. So welcome everybody. And that is the wrong link. One moment, because I want to get it straight to the unit so that everybody can get a chance to see it. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, so let's take a quick look right away at the submarine unit class. I have all the statistics. I've got the new artwork. I do want to make, before we even look at the new units though, I just want to say, disclaimer, none of this stuff is confirmed. It is all still very much in development. When I was speaking with Zavi earlier, he really wanted me to impress upon all you guys that the upcoming assets that you're about to see, nothing is set in stone. I mean, like, look back to the previous unit class when we had the tank busters, the blaster class. They have changed considerably since their initial release, and we're going to have to expect the same for these submersible units as well. A couple other things I want to mention before we get to the units. The new 1.95 release, the update is now available for the iPhone. It has finally been approved by the Apple Store. It's got all sorts of great new features on it. Particularly, it's got a bunch of new sounds. We'll talk about that in a sec. But for now, let's take a look at what the new units are going to look like. Well, I had them right here. Here we go. So I want to look first at this little guy. And keep in mind with all of these units, they're going to be submersible. And I had the name written down here just a second. Whoa. Where's the name? I love the tentacles, so it's got different sets. This is going to be called the Crawlian Kraken, okay? I don't know how I forgot the Kraken, because it's an awesome name. I already love the name by itself. The idea is going to be that it's going to be in this submersible format when it's underwater, and then when it's above water, it can move faster. So we'll look at the stats in just a sec. The next one I wanted to show you, we've already seen the sub, is going to be the Titan Skimmer. This guy right here. Now, this guy, I love the way that this one looks. Yeah, exactly, Ulrich. I love how, like, trashy it looks. It's perfect. It's perfect the way the Kraken looks like. It's so evil and ugly looking. It's beautiful. So this is going to be the Titan Skimmer. I really like the design of this. I think it's very sleek. I like how it looks like a fish with a shark. It's going to have a very different look, supposedly, when it goes into the submersive look. So we'll have to keep an eye on what that's going to be like. And we've already talked about, of course, the submarine here as well. And the submarine name, guys, is still up for debate. Zavi has not decided, so he wanted me to run a couple names. He was considering calling it maybe the Jagger or the Mauler or simply just the submarine. So whatever you guys think about that, make sure you let us know that in the chat room. So I had one more image here. So I also wanted to look at the skimmer itself. So the skimmer is going to have that shark-like body look to it when it is not submerged. And then when it's submerged, it's going to be able to kind of like flip up that front. You see how here there's that orange slice, that orange like spear in the front? That orange spear is going to tip up out of the water, and then the rest of the body will be underwater. And that's what it's going to be like when it's submerged. I actually think that's really cool. I think number 2 here is my favorite of the designs. Number 3 is also really cool. Hey, Lord V, great to see you. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. So let's go take a look at the unit statistics themselves. I think that's where we're really going to pop the hood. Once again, I have to impress upon all of you, all of this is still in flux. Nothing is confirmed. So Zavi wanted me to impress upon all of you that all of these stats are liable to very drastic changes. So nothing is set in stone. With that said, let's take a look at them, though. So for the Sapien submarine, it is going to be aquatic only, so it is not going to be able to go on any land tiles like the amphibian. It's going to be water tiles only. I believe that's deep ocean and sea tiles only. It's going to have a cost of 300, which I think that's a decent cost for this unit. It makes sense. Oh, whoa, not what I wanted to do. It makes sense. I think 300 is a fair cost. I think 350 would make a little bit more sense. One thing you got to keep in mind, the submarine will not be able to heal. That's the proposed idea for it right now, so that makes the 300 cost a little bit more sense. It's going to have an attack range minimum of 1 and a max attack range of 2, so it can attack within any square around it or within 2 outside of its range. Now keep in mind, this submarine, along with all of the other classes, are not able to attack while they are above surface. If they are not submerged, they cannot attack. And while they are submerged, while they are above water, they can move faster. Then you have to use another turn to sink, to bring them and submerge them, and then you can attack. So this one is special, the submarine, because not only can it attack units, other aquatic units while it's underwater, it can also attack land units and air units, I believe, from underwater. So that's why the submarine is going to have a little bit more power over all the other units. So only the submarine is capable of attacking land units and air units while submerged. The other ones will be strictly for other aquatics, I believe. Maybe air, but I think it's aquatics only for the others. Now, versus ground like, it's going to be coming out at attack of 4. Kind of a weak attack, but with the 10% armor piercing, that'll probably bump it up to more like a 5, depending on the type of unit. I think on Titans, it might be a little bit less effective. Attack versus ground heavy is going to have coming out at a 5 with a percent of armor piercing for 30%. So that's actually pretty decent against ground heavy. Against things like if you catch a marauder in its range or a speeder in its range, they're going to suffer pretty big damage from this attack. Then you have the attack versus aerial coming in at a attack range of 5 with a percent piercing of 20%. So that's actually pretty powerful against air. Not as powerful against the ground heavy though. And then against aquatic, where it is specialized to attack, you're going to see an attack power of 5 and an armor piercing of 50%. That's going to tear destroyers and leviathans, and any aquatic unit is going to get torn to shreds. And that applies, I believe, to amphibians as well. Mobility is going to be 7. There is no ability after the attack. You have to attack before. Wait, is it attacking? Yeah, there's no mobility after attack, and you cannot attack and then move. You cannot move and then attack. All right, and I don't believe you're able to attack. If you do attack, you have to stay put as well. Visibility is very small, a range of 2. No reparation ability on this. Cannot capture bases. And then it's to the other special powers, UV and Plague, it's vulnerable just like any other Titan. Any other Sapien unit. Now let's take a look at the Skimmer stats, and the Skimmer is going to be coming out at a cost of 250 credits. It's going to have a... Let me make it a little bit easier to read here. It's going to have a strength and defense of 3, with an attack range of 1, and slightly longer than the submarine. It's going to be able to attack from a range of 3. This is not going to be able to attack after it moves. And once again, it can only attack while submerged, and it cannot attack land units at any point. Attack versus ground light. Or maybe it can while it's... We'll have to look at it, because it does have ground light and ground heavy attack. Maybe it's while it's not submerged. We'll have to find out from Xavi. I think these are still in flux, so maybe those are going to change. It cannot attack air. I guess it can attack ground heavy. It can, and then it can attack versus aquatic is going to be just like the other ones, 5 and 50%. That's still pretty powerful. Mobility of 10, so the Skimmer can move very quickly. And it has a reparation of 1. So, I mean, 1 reparation is definitely a lot better than 0. And the EMP vulnerability, just like any other Titan unit. Looking now at the Crawlian Kraken, which is my personal favorite looking unit of all the 3. I love the way this guy looks, especially with those long-reaching tentacle arms. I'll show you guys one more time before we go to the game. So the Kraken is going to be coming in at a cost of 350, with a strength and defense of 5. A little bit stronger, a slightly more expensive unit, for considering that Crawlians usually depend on cheaper units, but a little bit more powerful in the defense. Very difficult to kill, with an attack range of only 1. So this is a melee-only unit, which I think is interesting. I'm not sure how that's going to quite work. The attack versus ground light is going to be pretty powerful. These attacks hurt, though. You're sacrificing range for attack power, for sure. 6 is going to be coming in, and attack versus ground light was 6 with 15%. A little bit stronger than both the others. Again, a little bit stronger with the ground heavy, a 6 and 30%. That's going to do a little bit more damage, an extra point or two, I'd say. No aerial attack abilities. And then attack versus aquatic is going to be 6 with 50. So this is going to tear other aquatics to shreds. Its mobility is 8, which is fairly good. 8 gives you at least... I'm wondering if that's going to be 4 or 3 tiles. I think it's 3 tiles, which is still... It's going to be a real threat to the other aquatics. So you do not want to let them get hit by the Kraken. Its visibility is a little bit mid-range at 3, and a reparation of 2. The reparation of 2 really makes it interesting. So this is a unit that's supposed to be able to get damage, do damage, and then heal right away. Love the idea. Super excited about all of these guys. Make sure you let us know what you think in the chat room, because we want to hear your opinion. And I know that Zavi's going to be looking at this later, and he's still working on these. So, you know, put out your ideas on the put your ideas up on the server. Just getting a sip of water. All right. With all that said, a couple other things I wanted to show you guys that's new on the app update. Do not forget the 1.95 is finally available in the App Store. So if you do have an iPhone, go ahead and download that right now. I believe it is just now coming out of beta. So one cool thing that Zavi asked me to show you guys that I thought was really neat that is part of the new update is the ability to shift the map. When you're using the map maker now, you can actually shift the whole position of the map at once. So let's say you start building and you realize, man, I should have given myself more room at the top. Just take the shift button. Well, it does delete it, but you can shift everything down and give yourself more space. Really cool. I have this, and it found that really for the map making. So if you're a map maker, rejoice. Don't forget to also enter in the map making contest 2017 and for the month. They're starting a monthly map taking contest. Go to the subreddit. It's at reddit.com/AngryWhoreJoe. You'll see it at the first post. What else did I want to show you? Don't forget the new update is also going to be making available new sounds for all the new units. I'll do a separate video for the sounds since I don't have audio on the game directly for the stream. And then the last thing I really wanted to talk about, guys, the tournament system has been completely redone. Everything is automated, so now there is a guaranteed 7 tournaments that are available every month. Already you can see that the 2v2 and 4v4 have been put out. So there's going to be the monthly, the 2v2, the 3v3, 4v4, and every month they're coming out. And there's also going to be under 1700s, so there's going to be a lot more tournaments coming out. Nice thing is that they're automated, and if they do pick the maps automatically, but if the mods do not like one of the maps, or the community says we don't want a map, the mods can just change it at no problem. So it's going to be really, really cool. I agree, Wolf. It's definitely something we needed for the map. I think the Kraken, by the way, is going to need a buff. I think the Kraken is also going to need a buff. I think it is going to need a buff in its mobility. If you're going to make it a melee unit, it needs to be able to move very quickly. All right. I think that's everything that I want to say, so make sure you go check out the new tournaments. Everything has also been organized by year. It's really cool. Oh, thanks, Zavi. Zavi just set up the live stream notification. We're about to get a lot more people here. So definitely make sure you check out the new tournaments and sign up for all the tournaments, guys. It's all happening right now. A lot of mirror tournaments just got released today as well, so there are definitely spots. If you want to play in the Titan v Titan and the Sapien v Sapien tournament, now is the time to sign up. Oh, thanks, Dragon. Appreciate that. Oh, nice of you to say, man. All right, so let's get this. With all of that said, let's get to the main event, everyone. We are now going to be entering the Denver 2016. Wait for it to load up. So, guys, before we get started with the tournament, I just want to show you, I had a little bit of list here of all of the honorable and notable matches of the tournament up until this point from rounds 1 through 7. And I just wanted to go over those with you real quick so that you all get a chance. If you want to go back and watch some of these yourself, I haven't not able to commentate everything here, but I did want to do some honorable mentions here on matches for players who did not make it to the quarterfinals but did participate in this tournament. Starting in at round 4. Some notable matches, Azorius and DeGrudge having a match. Azorius taking 2 wins over DeGrudge. DeGrudge, no slouch. DeGrudge playing, of course, the notorious team, GD, the 2-player team who held the top leader spot for quite a while. Also, Zinth and Stefano, great match between those two. Go check that out for sure. In round 5, playing on Around the Swamp, Grout and Gronko 76 playing a win each and a loss each, coming in with Gout winning just at 11 under 13. Super close match. Don't miss that one for sure. Also, Dougman and Red Eagle going out, and Red Eagle taking 2 wins over Dougman 4. I thought this was a real upset in the tournament. Was not expecting that. Dougman 4 a pretty old veteran in the game, so seeing Red Eagle come up, a bit of an upstart. Really great match between them. And then, of course, Phylexian versus Willingham, and Phylexian just by the skin of his teeth taking a 17 under 18 win against Willingham. One of the best players in the game. Really fantastic series as well. And of course, BG versus Earth. We all know Earth is one of the top-rated players in the game. For BG to take a match against him at only 11 over 9. He only lost by 2 rounds. Quite an impressive feat. In round 6, of course, AngryWhoreJoe versus Cesarimus, taking a win each. AngryWhoreJoe coming in second, I believe, it was a couple months ago he came in second. Very capable player. And for Cesarimus to come and to lose only by 3 rounds, that's another impressive feat. And of course, Sliweesal versus K-Kep. Make sure you catch this round. I actually went and watched it. The 13 under 15, one of the best games of the tournament. I just did not have time to cast it. And of course, Phylexian versus Red Eagle was another great match. And where was the last one? And then I want to also give out a shout to my man Rainstorm, who managed to take a win over Zinth. Even though Zinth took the win in 11 under 21, Rainstorm, awesome job on playthrough there, man. I saw that game, was really impressed on your second match. Here in the round 7, we had Gout versus AngryWhoreJoe. Phylexian versus Earth was another good series. Sorry, wait, that was a different one. These two actually I think there was a resignation, so scratch that from the record. And then finally, Azorius versus Zinth, another great series. And one last series that I wanted to mention to my man Ankor against Sdrawde, even though there was a resignation there. I would have loved to see more of it, so I just want to call you out now, Ankor. Why didn't you finish it? I wanted to see you play Sdrawde. All right. I'm done. Now we can get to the tournament, everybody. Our competitors today. Oh, did it take me out of the link again? Here we go. So our competitors today are going to be AngryWhoreJoe, Azorius, Gox, Invul, Phylexian, Sdrawde, Sliweesal, and Soli. All of these are fantastic players, and what better way to talk about them than just jump into the matches themselves. So moving on first with AngryWhoreJoe, coming up in round 8. Who did he play again? It was against... Well, this was a really fantastic matchup, I thought. Both these players very closely rated at 23.75 versus 24.41. AngryWhoreJoe, of course, taking second before. And Sliweesal, no slouch himself, taking a 4th place and a round of 16. So this is not his first quarterfinals appearance. I expect big things out of both players. This match will be played on Around the Swamp. Looking at the map itself, there will be 100 credits per base, 200 initial credits per player, so a potential full earning of naturalized bases at 300 credits per turn. And considering that this is going to be a crawl v crawl, I expect to see a lot of aerial units. We might see a couple of salamanders with those 2 swamp tiles in the center, though. Not sure what to expect quite sure yet, so let's see how this plays out. Playing on the left-hand side as the White Crawlians, it will be AngryWhoreJoe. And his opponent playing on the northern right-hand side as the Red Crawlians, it will be his opponent, Sliweesal. Let's get the game underway now. AngryWhoreJoe taking first round, going with the naturalized capture. No other way for them to open, really. Purchases right away. Up for an aerial on the next turn. And now AngryWhoreJoe opting to go for Garuda with Garudas. Both players opting to open with Garudas. AngryWhoreJoe getting very daring with that Garuda up in the center. And here comes Sliweesal now. Is he going to be able to take a kill right away? That would be huge. And this is very good positioning with that kill. And that puts AngryWhoreJoe in a pretty difficult spot. AngryWhoreJoe, can he reach that 5 health in the back? I think it's blocked out. No, but I think that 2 health Garuda is also going to be blocked from escaping. So he will get the kill eventually. But will he be able to keep pace? That's the problem. Now comes the heal as well. Double heals on both those Garudas for for Sliweesal. And now AngryWhoreJoe going to make his response. Getting the kill and evening up the credit kill count scores. But is it going to be enough? The 3 Garudas versus 1 Swarmer. It could be enough, but depending on what comes out next from Sliweesal here. Sliweesal now going second kill of the game. Down goes the Garuda immediately with only the 2 units, leaving that AngryWhoreJoe's response. Gonna take another Garuda kill to even things up, and out comes another Swarmer, and another heal on that center. But will it be enough to keep pace? It looks like Sliweesal with a slight advantage in the center now, gonna be able to get that next Garuda kill right away. And with that Swarmer free to move, another 2 points of damage on that central Garuda. AngryWhoreJoe pulling back his Swarmer, trying to focus down. Can he get the kill though? Oh, just by the skin of his teeth and keeping the game open, having to put out an underling as a blocker. Here comes Sliweesal now with the kill. That's going to be a difficult kill for AngryWhoreJoe to return. And with the 7 against the Swarmer on the bottom here, now AngryWhoreJoe taking it. And there it is, GG to Sliweesal in 8 rounds, no less. And, I mean, I think the move of the game here, this was a game that snowballed. If we can look here at round, I think it was only on round 1 or 2 here. Right here, this positioning. So AngryWhoreJoe makes the decision to be very bold with this one Garuda up here. Comes to meet the pressure, and then decides to open up with a second Garuda, thinking that he can keep it even. And I think one of the best moves of the game here was Sliweesal pushing the attack on, getting the 5 neg on this unit, keeping this unit hanged back with the 5. He's vulnerable to this 10 health. You do not want the 10 health to be able to get the shot here. So what he does is he moves this Garuda in a position, and if you look at that perfect block, there's no way for this 10 health Garuda to be able to get to this one in the back. And by the time you position him where you can get the kill, you get a double heal off of both these units. And before you know it, AngryWhoreJoe, even with the first turn, is left on the back heal the rest of the game. Very well played by Sliweesal. Great win. And now we're going to move directly on into the second game. So now for Sliweesal, and it will be a mirrored match. It looks like AngryWhoreJoe going to have no other choice but to take the win within 7 rounds. All right. So without any further ado, I think there's nothing left to explain. So let's get the matchup underway. Playing on the bottom left side as the Blue Crawlians, it will be Sliweesal. And his opponent playing on the northern right-hand side as the White Crawlians, it will be AngryWhoreJoe. Let's get this game underway. Can you guys not hear me? Hold on. I'm hearing that there's a lot of problems with the mic. Hold on, 1 sec. Let me see if I can fix the problem, everybody. I'm sorry about that. Looks like we have a malfunction. Can you hear me better? All right, it might just be a glitch with the way it's streaming, guys. Sorry if you're having a little bit of a glitchy stream. All right, nothing I can do about that. That's YouTube's fault. Their servers are a little slow today. Sorry, guys. If you're having a few audio problems, the YouTube servers have been slow. I've been reading about it on the forums as well, so nothing I can do about that. Sorry. Let's get the matchup underway with that description. Sliweesal going to be going for his natural capture. AngryWhoreJoe following suit. And now Sliweesal opening with the Swarmer, double Swarmers instead of Garudas. And AngryWhoreJoe opening, following Sloop. And a third Swarmer. And it looks like we're going to go Swarmer spam as averse to Garuda spam this time. We might see a Garuda come out here. Nope. Third Swarmer. Double Swarmers coming out from AngryWhoreJoe. Now Sliweesal going to have to push back and try and keep pace here. How many Swarmers can he build this turn? Only the 1. And AngryWhoreJoe only with the credits to make another Swarmer. But he does have the advantage. It's definitely upswing right now in AngryWhoreJoe just by version of the pace. But out comes the Garuda from Sliweesal, and where's the response from Oh, no way! It's going to be the Boarfly from AngryWhoreJoe. I was totally expecting the Garuda pop out. Boarfly might give him some area control, though. We'll have to see. And now more adjusting of these Swarmers from AngryWhoreJoe. Looks like this is going to be a bit more of a build-up match than a fast-paced match like we saw last time. But it is round 8. There's no way AngryWhoreJoe can take the win in under 8 at this point. Not with build-up. Himself. I'd like to at least see him take the win. instead of a clean sweep from Sliweesal. I always like to see close matches. That Boarfly going to be popping up. AngryWhoreJoe does take a Swarmer kill. How much area control can that Boarfly really get, though? He doesn't have the strongest aerial attack. It's only an attack of 1. They got a big nerf recently because players were complaining when it was at 2 or 3. And now Sliweesal now going to be making his move in here with the Swarmer kill. I think he's going to be able to get at least 2 or 3 Swarmer kills on this play, though. Those Swarmers are awfully exposed to that Garuda. And the Boarfly is going to get a -6 from that one Swarmer. And then another Swarmer kill. That is a very deadly turn from Sliweesal. And now that Boarfly will get a -1, but is a -1 really worth, like, a -1 and 3 damage to that Swarmer, not really worth the 200 credits that were spent on the Boarfly here. The Garuda will get a kill, but he needs another kill to keep pace. I think AngryWhoreJoe going to get one more Swarmer kill here. And taking the lead at 850, and another Boarfly coming out in the back. No, great turn by AngryWhoreJoe, keeping his ability to keep pace. But how long will it last? Down goes that Boarfly, putting Sliweesal at 950 over 850. Another Swarmer attack here. Will it be 2 more or 1 more Swarmer kill? And don't forget, Sliweesal now having a block on that southern base position. Here comes Sliweesal now, going to have to do a couple of points of damage to keep pace. He is pushing down the Boarfly. Will get a Swarmer kill here with that 8 and 4 health Swarmer. Now that full health Swarmer, is it going to be enough to get the kill by itself? It will not. But with the 8 health, it should be just enough to keep him at bay. And then AngryWhoreJoe once again retaking the lead. And here comes Sliweesal now, hungry for some Swarmer kills. It looks like he just might be able to get 3 of them. Is that going to be a full elimination? It's going to be a -7 against that Boarfly. And then the Boarfly has now been rendered useless. And now here comes the capture threat from Sliweesal. And Sliweesal going to be taking that southern base. And if that base capture is allowed to continue, it will be lights out. Here comes AngryWhoreJoe now with his response. Can he do anything about that capture? I do not think he can repel it. And even with the lead of 200, it looks like AngryWhoreJoe going to be coming to a conclusion on this match. Does take a heal on that Boarfly. And now Sliweesal's response. Finally, that Boarfly going down for the count. Sliweesal opting to go for that 2 health Swarmer instead of engaging with that Salamander on the base. Probably a wise decision. Does get a point of damage against it. Another Swarmer, and now Sliweesal going to be taking a very decisive lead in the next couple of turns. Here comes AngryWhoreJoe with that Salamander. Going to be able to get a Swarmer kill, but a Swarmer kill at this point is not enough. You need to kill at least 2 or 3 more units to even keep pace with that base at the bottom. Now the Swarmer, only a -1, and another underling here just to block that base position. Sliweesal will respond with the other underling. Gonna pop it right off that base. And that 9 health Garuda going to be able to get a very big set shot against that Boarfly in the back. I don't think the Boarflies were the best decision. I think he should have stuck. I agree with an underling here and a Salamander here, but I think Boarflies on a map this small just don't work. And now Sliweesal taking the GG in 12 rounds, and that will be pushing Sliweesal as our first winner for the semi-final contestant of the evening. Congratulations, Sliweesal. Excellently matched up here. And, I mean, maybe on paper, the Boarfly seemed like a good idea, but when did he come out here? Right here on round 6. Round 6, it seems like an okay idea. Maybe it would have worked, but there was some positioning here. There was positioning here with the Swarmers that I wasn't too crazy about. If you look at the positioning here, leaving 3 Swarmers, your entire back line is exposed to his entire front line. That's not good. And even here, everything is in the kill zone. Everything is in the kill zone. And even though Sliweesal is behind by 250, he's able to just get so many dead shots on double shots on units and gang ups that he managed to push up a 750 kill. And it was this positioning that really hurt AngryWhoreJoe's chances from getting back. If this Boarfly had survived, maybe it could have done some damage, but I really think an extra Swarmer or another Garuda would have been a much wiser investment. Don't seem to be able to talk. All right, well, very well played matchup by both players. Let's get on to the next round of matches, everyone. And our next competitors will be Azorius and Sdrawde. And these are 2 extremely well-accomplished players. Azorius coming in a score of 25-92 versus Sdrawde's 26-23. Both extremely accomplished players. Azorius playing from Denmark. He's taken second place, and of course he took taking a win in where is it? Taking a win in 2017. Outstanding player. Really, one of the more creative players in the game. I've seen him really adaptable. And then, of course, his opponent, Sdrawde, who's going to be coming in at a score of 26-23, taking also a tournament win and second place before. So both of these guys are people in the tournament and showing, like, once again, I'll say it. If you can make it to the final round of this game, you're always going to be a contender. So let's get this matchup underway. I'd like to see some Mantis, a Mantis unit come out. Maybe the amphibian units make a lot of sense, particularly with this matchup. So we'll just have to wait and see. Let's get the matchup underway. Playing on the left-hand side as the Black Titans, it will be Azorius. And his opponent, hailing from Great Britain, it will be Sdrawde, playing as the Orange Sapiens. Let's get the matchup underway here on round one. And now Azorius going with that naturalized capture. What will he open with originally? He's going to go for a mecha opening right away, leaving himself with a save of 100 credits. And now Sdrawde following suit and opening up with... All right, Marine Marauder. I actually really like this decision. It gives him a lot of map control early. With the speeder at the top to counter that Marauder, maybe push it back a little bit and keep it from harassing those mechas so easily. More Marines, and out comes the fuse from Sdrawde. And that fuse is going to be very dangerous to that speeder. That speeder is going to want to stay out of its range. And now the speeder going to try and take a couple shots. And down goes a Marine with this speeder mecha combo, leaving that base exposed. And out comes the Mantis from Azorius to compensate for that fuse's positioning. And now Sdrawde going to have to follow suit and get the kill right here. And he's going to go for the double shot with the Marauder. He pushes up that 5 health Marine as a blocker, and with the fuse going to take a very nice, comfortable 4-shot against that mecha on the base. Here come, and a Marauder, another Marauder coming up for Sdrawde as well. Here comes Azorius now, taking a big 6-shot against that fuse, though. That was an expensive shot. Is the fuse going to get eliminated this turn? Down it goes, and now Azorius taking a big lead of 300 credits, over 100. That's going to hurt. Losing that fuse was very dangerous for Sdrawde. A lot of mechas coming out here now. Very good decision, go mecha spam after the fuse is eliminated. It's exactly a very good timing push. And now Sdrawde is going to get a mecha kill. The speeder kill here would be huge, and I think he has just enough to do it. And went just like that. Sdrawde taking a disadvantage and putting it into an advantage without the speeder is going to be difficult. And a 6-shot against the Mantis as well, and Sdrawde suddenly becoming very powerful in this matchup. And now here comes Azorius. He's going to be using that gang up with that Mantis and mecha to get the kill on the Marine, putting himself in the lead. And now these mechas are going to get a very nice gang up on that Marauder, and down it goes. And now Azorius taking the lead at 750 over 450. That fuse coming up on that swamp tile where it will be very powerful against any unit. Takes down the Mantis, almost evening up the score. Here comes the Marauder taking the central mecha kill, putting Sdrawde once again in the lead. Is there going to be enough for the kill here on the back? No, but he will weaken that other mecha, going for a 5-5 even exchange. And double Marine, triple Marine coming up on all 3 bases to compensate. And now that's taking out that Marauder, immediately eliminating that threat. Azorius getting the nice defensive advantage from that base, gets a nice 1-for-3 exchange. And a 6-4 exchange against the fuse as well with the mecha, and that is going to hurt big time against Sdrawde. Sdrawde's going to have to pull that fuse back and get an extra point of damage on the mecha. The mecha will be eliminated. He's going to have to kill at least one more to even up the score, though. And I think he's going to be able to get that second kill. He might even be able to get a kill against that 6 health at the top. That would put Sdrawde back in the position he needs to be in. And down it goes, and Sdrawde reclaiming the lead at 100 over 1,000. Double Marines coming out in the back as well. Triple Marines, excuse me. And more speeders now. Double speeders. And that speeder going to be darting back to the health tile where it will be very difficult to eliminate the other mecha, putting a push up into the front. Here comes that speed down to gang up and eliminate another Marine, evening up the score for Azorius, bringing that speeder behind a very nicely formed wall of mechas on the 2. And that fuse getting pulled back to the health tile. That would be a really nice heal at this point. If he can keep that fuse alive, he's in the game. There is the engineer up at the top here for quick heals and for that EMP threat against any speeders that want to try and push their way up. So Azorius here going to have to be very careful navigating around that engineer. And it looks like he's doing exactly that, though, darting back again to the healing tile, getting a nice marine kill and ducking away outside that EMP range. Both those speeders very well positioned. Now Azorius deciding he's okay with sacrificing a mecha. And it looks like Sdrawde is going to decline capturing the mecha and transferring it into a mecha 2 with the engineer, and instead opting to go for a 4 versus 3 exchange, and now another marine mecha combat at the bottom here, and it looks like that mecha might just be able to go down this turn. No, but it will be brought down to a 1. Here comes a second mecha kill from Sdrawde, evening up the score, and that fuse coming off the healing tile to be able to finish that 1 health mecha on the base there to be able to get the extra point of damage. Thank you, Obi-Wan Kenobi, guys. If you are watching, please don't forget to like, helps my channel out. And now here comes the Marine against the Speeder, and the Marine is going to get killed. And Azorius putting himself at 1.4 over 1.3. And the Mantis with excellent positioning eliminates another Marine. And now Azorius starting to take a bit of a snowball lead. And down goes the fuse, and that is a huge turn for Azorius with a big 400 credit swing. Sdrawde here now going to have to make a very big response against that in order to stay relevant in this matchup. He will be getting a mecha kill here, but can that other fuse in the back even do attack damage yet? I don't think it can, and he's going to have to keep it back. And I don't think he's going to get the attack he needs. He will get a couple of nice heals with that engineer. More Marines being built. Not sure if it's going to be enough. Mantis now going to be getting nice shots against those Marines. And the Mantis, such an effective unit. I really think the Mantis might need a slight buff against light ground. It's so powerful. Even for the 250 cost. Well, actually, that's true. It's 250 or under 200, so there is a little balance there. Anyways, back to the game. Azorius taking Engineer and making the cap here. And out goes the Engineer now taking a 7 shot. And with that base cap, down goes the Engineer. Base is capped, and it looks like this could be the beginning of the end for Strawde's attack plan. And then Azorius opting not to leave his speeder on that base. And there it is. There's the GG for Azorius, taking a 2.1 over 1.4 credit victory. Really, really well played by both players. I thought Sdrawde did a really good job of staying within the matchups. I think the critical round here was on round, where was it? Right here on round 5, where Azorius managed to pull up a Marine kill, then another Marauder kill, and then this fuse comes forward, and then on round 6, this mecha for fuse exchange was one of the most economical exchanges of this game. Right here, where this mecha it's an 8 health mecha. He's already at only 0.2, and for a unit twice its value takes a 6 for 4 exchange. That's really, really economical. And I think this is where Azorius started to take a lead, where everything snowballed. Really great matchup between the two. Now Sdrawde gonna have to be taking his next victory is going to have to be within 10 rounds in order to take the win. So let's see how this goes up. We will see the mirror now. Let's get this matchup started without any further ado. Playing on the left-hand side as the Yellow Titans, it will be hailing from the UK, Sdrawde. And his opponent playing on the right-hand side as the Black Sapiens, hailing from Denmark, it will be Azorius. Let's get this underway. And now Sdrawde making his naturalized capture and opting to go for double mecha. Azorius instead went for single mecha and then translated that into speeder mecha right away afterwards. So we'll have to see what Sdrawde opts to go for instead. And the Marauder does come out. Now Sdrawde continuing to go for double mechas, triple mecha. So it looks like Sdrawde wanting to go for mecha spam, maybe transition into speeders or Mantis. And now Azorius going to have this opportunity to take advantage of his build with that Marauder. Get an early mecha kill, but that Marauder might be in a little bit of a dangerous position. He does have a fuse and a Marine coming out, though. And now Sdrawde, is he going to be able to get this Marauder kill right here? It looks like instead he's going to opt for the Marine kill and wounding the Marauder instead. Getting a nice 6 versus 4 shot against that Marine at the top there, though. That's a pretty good exchange. And here comes Azorius with the fuse, and Marauder going to easily get another mecha kill. darting the Marauder back onto the healing tile where it will probably be able to push itself back at 9 health. More Marines coming out on the map here. And now the ball is in Sdrawde's court. He does have that speeder here to help retaliate. Is it going to be enough to make the lead, though? Down goes one Marine with only the one shot, leaving another mecha free to get a 3-point damage on that Marine on the base. And with that speeder, the speeder will get the kill, putting Sdrawde into the advantage. And with the cap, a very dangerous position for Azorius. Azorius going to have to respond to that cap right away. Azorius taking the mecha kill there with the Marauder combo, taking them often to take that Marauder off of the health tile and sacrificing the Marauder in order to get that exchange against the speeder on the base. Will it be enough here with the fuse? I think the fuse can just get the speeder kill, and it does go down. And now Azorius freeing up the positioning and completely poaching a big hole in Sdrawde's overarching strategy. That fuse just by the skin of teeth getting the kill. Outstanding defensive play from Azorius. This is what I was talking about earlier. Azorius is very resourceful. He knows how to find the right sequence. Now Sdrawde here, going to have to suffice himself with only a 100-point advantage instead of a base capture. And now Azorius on his retaliation move here. It looks like he'll be evening up the score with another mecha kill. Maybe even a second mecha kill here, and now taking the lead back to Azorius with very sound positioning. Triple Marine more from Azorius, and now Sdrawde here with retaliation darting back to the health tile. He will pick up another Marine kill, evening up the credit count, but is evening up going to be enough here? I think taking a lead shot would be really great. He's going to have to be forced to pull back that mecha. Does get another mecha and speeder onto the board. Much needed reinforcements, and here comes the fuse here with a free 5 points of damage. More Marine pushing on that isolated mecha up at the top, getting another. That 9 health Marine should be just enough to eliminate the base. And is the base exposed to capture? I don't think the capture is going to be able to go down. That 5 health instead, opting to go for a heal. Another Marauder coming onto the board for Azorius, and now Sdrawde here immediately responding to those Marine threats on that exposed base here. He's not wanting to give that positioning up. Does get the Marine kill with the 9 and 5, but has to forced to take the 5 health speeder off the health tile instead of getting a big 4+ health on the speeder itself. He will be able to do big damage against that Marine at the top, but not enough to kill it. And now Azorius, who's managed to maintain a lead. Will he be able to get the speeder kill here? Speeder kill is huge, and now the speeder kill. We might be able to see a double speeder kill here. That would be absolutely devastating. And there is a double speeder kill, and Azorius going to skyrocket into 1.4 over 950. Getting a couple heals on these Marines, putting his low health Marine into the back. Going out with another fuse here. Very effective use of these fuses. These fuses doing so much harassment. He will lose a Marauder to Sdrawde's speeder here, but Sdrawde is going to be in a bit of a very difficult positioning. Can he kill that other Marine? A Marine kill would help. It will be a major wound. It won't be quite a kill, though. Not quite a kill yet. More mechas coming onto the board here. Sdrawde trying to compensate for his lack of heavy ground by doing a bit of spam with the mecha and getting some ground control. But now these fuses are going to take advantage of that position, taking a nice mecha kill. More mecha kills coming up here from these Marines. There will be an easy mecha kill with that 10 and 7 health Marine. Now Azorius putting himself into 1.6 over 1.2. Sdrawde is in big trouble. Here comes the base capture attempt. That's going to really force Sdrawde's hand. And that's going to limit Sdrawde's options on the retaliation big time. Sdrawde could potentially do 400 points of damage, but not if he's got to waste all of this attack power recovering that base. The base is recovered, but now he can't really prioritize his attacks exactly the sequencing that he wants to do. He will get 2 Marine kills here. Can he get a second one? A third one would be huge. He will push that Marine back to a 2 health. So Sdrawde keeping at 1.4 under 1.6. Azorius' lead is impressive, but not devastating. Sdrawde could still turn this one around if Azorius is not careful. But those fuses, again, getting just more free damage all over the place. And now these Marines are going to come in and act as a great sweeping up force. Will it be enough? Doing a nice mecha for Marine exchange. Great exchange down decision. Now is the time to exchange when you are in the lead. Getting a big 6 health heal on that Marine in the back with the Engineer. More Marines being pumped out on G4 Azorius on And Sdrawde realizing that there's no way he can win the game, let alone take it in under 10. And it looks like Azorius will be our next coming semifinal matches. Congratulations. Rate the best the amphibious units I've ever seen, particularly with the fuse. Such great use. Look at this. Constantly taking this fuse. Every time he moves it, he takes free damage. Watch that fuse. It never gets hit because he does such a good job of take the speeders down here to attack the fuse because these Marines are threatening this base positioning. So instead, the speeders have to retaliate by attacking Marines at the top. And then he has to put another mecha on that position just to keep this base secure. And now the fuse is free over here to continue getting free points of damage. Really, really well played by Azorius. Outstanding control with the amphibious range. Definitely some of the best I've seen in a long, long time. So with all that said, let's get on to the next matchup, everyone. The next matchup will be Gox versus Phylexian. Two players that I have not gotten a chance to see or talk about very much, but both accomplished players. Phylexian coming in at a score of 2474. If we take a look at his profile. Whoa. What happened there? Can I not access the profile? Okay, whatever. AngryWhoreJoe wants to be a little bit funky, so we'll skip the profile check. I'm going to try that one more time. There we go. All right, so let's take a look at Gox first. Gox coming in, playing from Italy with a score of 2386, ranking 23rd on the championship ladder, taking a fourth place ribbon in the tournaments. He's a capable player. If you're playing top, he's at the doorstep of the top 20 in the world right now. So I definitely don't count him out. I would say Phylexian is the favorite here, though. Just by virtue of his score, I have seen him around. He's not quite been as successful in the past, but he's taking the round of 8 and the round of 32 in previous attempts, playing from Germany with a score of 74. He's got a lower ranking on the championship, but I think he's the better player overall. If you look, Phylexian has some very, very difficult opponents to get here in some of the earlier rounds. So Lord V from the Italy servers will be rooting for Gox. That's not surprising, buddy. I hope it happens for you. We'll have to see how it works out. I would say Phylexian is the slightly favorite player, but if he takes this matchup, he's definitely hungry to climb up that ladder, and this would be the perfect opportunity for him to do so. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. It is going to be a Corellian versus Titan match. I'm super excited to see that all of these matchups are so different. Sometimes we get a bunch of like KVKs and a bunch of TVTs, so these have been very varied. I'm very excited about that. Without any further ado, let's get to this matchup. Playing on the left-hand side as the Blue Corellians, it will be hailing from Germany, Phylexian. And his opponent playing on the right-hand side as the Red Titans, it will be hailing from Italy, Gox. Let's get the game underway. I think Salamanders could play a very big role in this matchup. They're so effective against the speeders, particularly if you get them on those swamp tiles. But it looks like Gox opting to go for a double underling opening. Not a bad decision. Underlings give you a lot of ground control, especially on a map like this where there's a lot of forest tiles in the center. More underlings coming out from Phylexian here. Gox opening with the speeder and mecha combo. And now here comes Gox here, immediately going for some harassment against that underling in the center. Double harassing, going for a 5 versus 4 exchange. A little aggressive, but I guess trying to show those underlings that they've got to get pushed back a little bit. But now Phylexian rotating in his, opting not to go for the attack, but just the positioning instead, burying that 5 health and going for more underlings. So a very heavy underling swarm from the get-go. Maybe I'm wondering what he's going to transition into from here. And now these speeders are going to be rotating in. They will be taking first blood for Gox. Putting back both those speeders and forming a very nice protective wall with that 8 health and 10 health, 8 health speeder and 10 health mecha in the front there. And now here comes Phylexian to try and even the score. Is he going to be able to get the mecha kill right away, though? No, but he will opt for a very neat 6 versus 5 exchange against that mecha on the base here. And weakening up the forces, but not able to claim a kill just yet. Opts to go for a heal on that 5 health underling. And now here comes Phylexian. Going to take a nice little health away from that buried underling. And now it looks like he's eyeing another underling kill. doesn't have enough for the follow-through, and I think he's going to opt to go for the heal instead. Out comes the Assimilator to accelerate the healing on that speeder, and the Assimilator going to be a very big threat against any underling that gets too close. Do not want to lose those underlings and let them become cyber underlings to that Assimilator. And here comes now Phylexian, wisely bringing his underlings south to where the Assimilator cannot reach them and touching that southern position. Here comes the base cap. Not going for the capture, but a very, very threatening cap with that 9 health at the bottom here. And now Phylexian continuing to push his advantage. Evening up the score to 200 versus 200. And out comes the Garuda. So it looks like it will be a transition into Garuda. I was thinking maybe Salamanders or Swarmers. I wasn't expecting to see the Garuda come out, but it looks like he wants the Force Multiplier. And now here comes Gox here. Got to eliminate that underling on the base there in order to free the positioning up here. A very nice deal here. Oh, that was such a great play. Getting the kill and then resurfacing again on the buried underling for the extra point of damage. Outstanding control by Gox and putting him in the lead at 400 over 200. And now here comes Phylexian's response. That Garuda will be getting a very nice mecha kill. Can he get the Swarmer kill? Can he get the Speeder kill here, though? That would be the real prize. And it looks like he might be able to push it down to 1 health. And with the 5 health Swarmer underling, it will be just enough to get the kill. And down it goes. Phylexian pulling the lead at 550 over 400. Going for another heal on that buried underling. And once again, the Speeder going to damage that underling, taking a 4-1 and also doing damage on the buried underling. And here comes the 6 health mecha to do the cleanup and putting Gox almost even at 500. And with the Assimilator, it's going to get the cyber underling. And now Gox taking the lead at 600 over 550. And another underling kill. And now Gox taking a pretty comfortable lead here with a nice 4th versus 3. And out comes the Eclipse to counter that Garuda, and that Eclipse is going to be very dangerous. The Garuda going to have to be super more limited with his positioning options. Phylexian opting to pull back, taking a mecha kill on the wave. Can he get a second mecha kill? Doesn't look like it, and it looks like Gox is going to be able to maintain his advantage here. And now here comes the Cyber Underling to the base, and here comes the base capture attempt. Very dangerous base capture attempt. Very dangerous. And out comes the UV. Very well-timed UV here. That Eclipse also threatening that Garuda up at the position. And Gox able to get the 3 versus 4 exchange. There's the GG for Gox. Outstanding matchup between the two. Gox played... I'm wondering if the Garuda was the best decision. If we go back to the turn where it got built, where was it? Just this turn right now. How much did he have when he built it? I just want to go to this. So he had the 400 and opted to go for the Garuda. We're on round 5 or round 6? It was on round 6. Here it comes. So on round 6, Phylexian has the 400 credits and opts to go for the Garuda. And if you look at the board, I'm wondering if Garuda was the absolute best optional response to this. And if I know hindsight is 2020 and it's hard, it's easy to criticize, hard to play, but I can't help but think that a Swarmer and Underling would have been a better decision, or you have 400, go double Salamander. A Salamander down at this position is going to be a big threat against this Speeder from pushing forward anywhere. You don't want to give him that kind of space, and a Speeder here, Salamander here is going to force this Speeder to keep positioning to protect this Assimilator, since the Assimilator is helpless against the Salamander. So, I mean, that's what I would have gone for, but the Garuda did its job at first, but once the Eclipse came out for the counter, the Eclipse pretty much rendered this Garuda helpless. This Garuda has to push all the way back to this line now just to be able to escape the Eclipse's range. Oh, sorry, this line right here. But this is such a limited range of options as opposed to where he had right now. He was the driving force multiplier of the match and instantly rendered insignificant with the Eclipse. So the round very well taken by Gox, taking it in 8 rounds only. And now Phylexian gonna have to take a win within 8 in order to stay in this tournament. All right, hang on one sec, guys. Let me just reset this music here. All right, so let's get this matchup started, everybody. So we're going to be going directly into our mirrored match. And playing on the left-hand side as the Blue Crawlians, it will be Phylexian. Wait, is this the wrong match? I think I selected the same match twice, guys. My bad. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Here we go. Okay. Yikes. That was a mistake. All right. So without any further ado, let's get this matchup underway. Playing on the bottom left-hand side as the Blue Crawlians, it is Gox from Italy. And his opponent playing on as the Red Titans, it will be Phylexian. Let's get this matchup underway. And now Gox, is he going to open for the double underling as well? It looks like he will. So it looks like Gox does want to go for underling. I like the decision to go double underling. I think versus Titan it makes a lot more sense. Now Gox pushing up his underlings against that position, at that middle base here, making a big threat against it. And now out come the mecha spam from Phylexian to respond with the speeder at the top here. And now those underlings having to push back a little bit and not wanting to engage with that speeder right away. Gox will be burying a full house speeder here to keep that mecha from approaching on that forest tile near the base. And now comes the teleport from Phylexian with the base block here. He's going to be able to go for an early base capture attempt here. Super dangerous peel. Oh, that's a lot of teleports. And with the second speeder out here, really, really risky gambit coming out here from Phylexian. I love this decision. Is it going to pay off for him? He might be able to get the early gains and actually take the under 8 round if he can hold on here. Here comes Gox now. Going to be taking his free shots against these mechas, but is it going to be enough for the kill? Gox will be taking 200, but the question is that going to be enough? He might actually be able to pull this off. The Swarmer is going to be coming out here. Maybe the Swarmer will provide enough attack damage. And with these speeders, is Phylexian going to be able to pull this off? He does get the underling kill. And it looks like he's going to opt to pull back. Deciding not to keep those speeders in the same positioning, although those mechas are now active. And now Gox going to have to focus fire down these two mechas in order to stave off that threat on that base capture attempt. That speeder Swarmer is going to be taking pressure in the center. And Gox now going to be able to defend that base, and very well defended. That looks like the cheese opening did not work for Phylexian. Super creative cheese opening, but Gox ably defending it by making sure he kept up with his mecha kill pace. And now Gox actually taking a decisive lead of 500 credits over 100. We'll make that 200 now, and now Phylexian responding here, putting out more mechas, bringing his speeders into the back. Can't afford to lose any more units here. 3 more mechas here. Those mechas cannot... He can only afford to really lose one of these. If he loses 2 mechas on this turn, I don't see him coming back from it. And now here comes Gox, abusing that extra underling movement. Putting all of those underlings back into the center range. Another Garuda coming up on the board for Gox. Now Phylexian here pushing forward with that speeder. Trying to get himself a couple of underling kills here and even up the credit kill count, but I don't see it happening. There is an underling kill here, but is it going to be enough? That cheese opening cost him a lot of credits. Swarmers and Garudas on the board, even with the 3 speeders, not going to be enough. Now these underlings going to be able to get a kill here on the top, and now here comes the capture threat from Gox, and Gox here putting Phylexian even more pressure, putting gasoline on an already burning fire, putting more pressure on an already bad situation. Gox getting another mecha kill here, and now it looks like Phylexian is quickly running out of options to defend against this. More Swarmers coming on the board for Gox, and there's the GG for Gox. Outstanding play by him. Well, when I say outstanding, what I really mean is Gox did a very good job of defending against that cheese right away, not giving any space for Phylexian to pull off the move. Let's take a look at that teleport right away. Such a ballsy this level by Phylexian. I was yeah, Design Bride. That's a cheese opening because if you look here, I'll go over it right now. It wasn't necessarily on round 1, but you've got, I guess what happened was Phylexian sees that you've got this underling, and this underling. These two underlings are completely cut off from this base positioning. So if you can get a cap on the base, there's no way for half of Gox's forces to respond to that threat. So Phylexian decides that, well, actually, I'm incorrect. There's still this positioning. So that makes it a little less sense. But Phylexian decides he's going to go for the early teleports. And I love this teleport decision. Teleports here. These two are good positioning at the top here. That's okay positioning, and then one on the health tile to prevent it. I feel like if he had one more mecha or another speeder, it would have made a little bit more sense. Definitely a ballsy move. And then you see Gox. Gox does a very good job of making his picks. I think deciding to go for this mecha and this mecha instead of maybe... Some people might decide to go for the mountain tile mecha instead and the forest mecha and leave the health mecha alive. I think going for these two was the right call. And now this speeder can't take 4-5 hits from all of these underlings. This speeder is going to die if it stays in this position. So it kind of forces Phylexian's hand. At this point, he's realized, all right, the cheese has failed. I've got to regroup. And he can't take the mechas with him, and then they melt away next turn. And before you know it, Gox is 500 over 100. And that's going to push it to the GG. So Phylexian, very nice try. Cheeky opening, but it just did not pull off in the end. And it looks like Gox will be at our third semifinalist of the evening. And now, guys, we're going to be moving into our last and final matchup of the evening. And that is, of course, going to be Invul versus Soli. Oh, what a matchup. Excuse me, I got a cough. Excuse me, I got to get a sip of water. This is probably the matchup I've been most excited about all day. I cannot wait to see these two go up against each other. Now, Invul and Soli is two of the best players in the game. Invul, a player who is he's been up and down in the championship ladder. He's been very up. So when Invul hits a streak, though, he is on fire. And I think he's reached at a point in this game here in this round of 8, getting to this round of 18. He had a couple of tough matchups, and he managed to take some big wins here. Pulling second twice in 2 different tournaments. Invul is a big power player, and I think he's on the upswing now, so he can definitely take it. But he's going to have a hell of a time against his opponent, none other than Soli, also known as UniKZ, 5 players in the game. Place taking a first place victory, coming into the score of 20-50. One of the I've been playing it. Soli, big shout out to you guys. I hope you're watching. Super excited. Definitely. I don't know if he's the moderator for the Chinese server, but I know he's in contact with a lot of the new Chinese players. So very excited to see him back in the tournament scene. So this is going to be a super exciting matchup. It is going to be a Kralian versus Sapien matchup. So it looks like we're getting to be treated to variety of all types of matchups today. And I was so pleased to see that. All right. But with all that said, we're going to have to get this game started. So, with the Sapien and the Kralian element, I see the Fuse playing some play. I expect Marauders to be really, really important in maintaining control over the non-forested and the open plain tiles, though. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Let's get the match underway. Playing on the left-hand side as the Blue Sapiens, it will be from Russia, Invul, and his opponent playing on the right side, hailing from China, although I think he lives in the UK. I'm not completely sure. It is going to be none other playing as the Red Kralian, Soli. Let's get the matchup underway. Now Invul going for his natural base, and the question is, what is Invul going to open with? Is he going to go double Marine or single Marine? It looks like he's opting for double Marine, transitioning probably into Marauders next turn. Out comes the Salamander. Early Salamander from Soli, and I like that decision right away. Already looking to do some harassment against. And now Invul opting to go for double Marines and a save of 100 credits for later. Soli responding by pushing up that Salamander and going for more underling builds. And first exchange between the two players, an even 5-5. And then Soli moving up with his other Marine to clean up, getting first blood, 100 credit kill count. Nice positioning of these Marines. Keep them out of the range of that Salamander, more or less. Not wanting that plague to spread too easily. And now out come these underlings from Soli. Not able to get the kill, but pushing it back. There is the fuse from Invul, and that fuse is going to make that Salamander think twice about coming up into the middle so easily. Another Salamander, very nice, free 5 points of damage against that underling on the bottom row. And now Invul taking a second kill, and now Invul 200 credit kill count lead over Soli. More fuses coming out on the board here. Now Soli, it is on him now to start making some kills. It looks like that Salamander going to be able to get the first kill for Soli of the game. And there's this underling, it looks like a second Marine kill, and Soli now going to bring it back, even in the score to 200 at 200. And now is there going to be a third kill? No, but there will be a lot of weakening. It looks like Soli opting to weaken en masse as opposed to go for kills. With the Salamanders, not a bad job. The Plague is now spread all across those 3 central units. Now Invul here going to take a big 4 points to the Salamander in the center, and that other fuse is going to move in to get the kill, and now Invul once again taking the lead at 400 over 300, bringing that Marine back to the healing tile where it can eliminate the Plague. He another underling kill there, although that 8 health Marine is going to catch the Plague on his next turn. And now here comes Soli to try and even things up, immediately getting a nice Marine kill. Is he going to be able to get a second one here? It looks like he will with that. And now he's got both of his Salamanders positioned on those swamp piles, and that is so difficult for Invul to get them out of that position. And now Soli also evening up and getting a big force shot against that fuse. Is that fuse going to go down? It will. And now Soli taking a huge swing into the lead with 700 over 500. Big play from Soli. Now Invul's only response is going to get a nice underling kill. Positioning, going to have to take that 4 health Marine off of the healing tile in order to get the extra kill and keep even. And another underling kill, and that is going to put Invul into the lead once again by 800 over 700. But here comes the response for Soli. Soli's going to get a 6 shot against that fuse, and then another 5 shot against that Marine. There's Plague everywhere. Soli doing so much spread damage instead of opting to go for kills, and it looks like it is starting to pay off. Invul quickly running out of options, and here comes the Salamander against the fuse with a big 7-3 exchange, and that devastating blow is at 1 health and on the health tile. And now the question is, does he have enough to get the Salamander kill here? And the Salamander kill is going to go off. And Invul, just by the skin of his teeth, takes point lead despite his positioning. Amazing. And more Marines getting out here by Invul. Outstanding turn. Now Soli suddenly feeling the back heel is going to have to be getting a lot of Marine kills, but those Marines are all very low health with the Plague, and it looks like these underlings going to very easily get a couple of Marine kills. 3 Marines immediately getting a kill. Will there be a 4th one? This 10 health underling going to get a very big 5 against 4. And yet a 4th Marine kill, and now Soli taking the lead once again over Invul, and Invul's response gonna have to be very big here. Invul gonna be able to take an underling, not an underling. There's the underling that he's gonna take. He's opting to go for the northern one, away from that fuse. They giving the fuse a chance to heal up here. The heal to eliminating the Plague, but only bringing it to a 4 health, and now Invul trying to erode these 2 Salamanders in the center and stop their advantage from plummeting. And now Soli taking more Marine kills with those Salamanders. And those Salamanders have been the dominant force of the game. And another fuse kill from Soli, and now that looks like Invul is going to be lights out. I don't see him coming back from that one. Oh my gosh. More Marine kills coming from Soli. But he has vastly taken the attacking power that Invul had remaining. And now Invul here having to sacrifice the Marine just to get the attack kill. Will take the underling kill, but that's going to be an exchange and not a gain, and he needs gains right now. Another underling kill, but it's just not enough. With that Plague, there's no positioning for him where he can't spread that Plague everywhere. More Marines here to try and halt the progress. All Invul can do now is halt the progress of Soli. He will get this. The Salamander will be sacrificed for the kill, but it looks like Soli now zeroing in on a potential base capture threat here. The Underlings coming out, getting another Marine kill. Soli cementing his lead at 2.2 over 1.7. Will he take the base capture, though? And there's the kill, and I think he's going to be able to prevent it completely. And will that base capture be prevented, or is it not preventable? I'm wondering, if Invul can't prevent that from going down, then this is going to be a very fast GG. And now Invul's response. He looks like he's not going to be able to quite reach it. And it looks like the base capture, it is going to go through, and Soli now taking a very decisive lead. The thing about going for the Salamander, if you're going to have a Salamander, then you need to have it positioned in this area. Particularly on these two tiles, and that's exactly what Soli done. By going with the early Salamander, you don't get quite as much ground control as if you went for maybe triple Underling or with a Swarmer, but what you do get is by round 3 or round 4, now, both of these Salamanders are in a position where they have control of the center. And now the fuse is coming out from Invul. Invul can't really put the fuse out on this position because it's vulnerable to all the Underlings that can attack it. The fuse has to come. That's what gave Soli the control he needed to. Soli was really able to dictate the pace of the whole game just by virtue of where these Salamanders are placed at all times. Really, really, really good positioning by Soli. One of the master of tactics and future planning. All right, wow, really well played game, outstanding. So now it looks like Soli taking a 10-round victory, and it looks like Invul gonna have to take the next win within 10 rounds. Can he pull it off? We'll just have to see. And now let's get the match started. Playing on. Actually, I want to change the music again. Hang on, guys. Excuse me. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. Let's get it on. Playing on the left-hand side as the Blue Sapiens, it will be Soli. And the defender playing on the right-hand side as the Red Crawlians, it will be Invul. Let's get this game underway here on round 1. Now, Soli, I'm wondering if he's going to go for double Marine. No, Soli's going to go for single Marine, and that's not surprising. Soli likes to go for unusual openings. I'm wondering what he's opting to go for in the next round. Invul, in the meantime, opting to go for double Crawlian. And now the fuse coming out from Soli. Soli again going for early Amphibian, maybe to get some extra positioning in the center. And out come Marines making their push up to get some center control. More Marines coming out here. That fuse very well protected and going to be very dangerous in future rounds. And now here come the Underlings here, trying to punish that one Marine for coming up for such a far position. But now the Underlings are all pushed a little bit too far to the right, and the center control is more in Soli's position. That Salamander now coming to the center right here, try and force its way into the center. And now here comes Soli. Is he going to be able to get some Underling kills? Going to get a very big Underling kill on that base position. The base is now very exposed, and here comes the cap with the Marine, and now Soli going to be able to take 2 Underling kills and go for the 4-shot health against the Salamander on the right-hand side. Huge turn for Soli. Very well played. Now Invul here on the back heel, though not down, but not out for sure. The game is still evened up. The Invul can come back from this for sure, but he is going to be at a slight disadvantage. He's lost all of the center control. He is going to have to put up an extra couple of points of damage from some Underlings to retake that base position instead of attacking the fuse in the center. And that's going to be instrumental for Soli to build on later on in these rounds. More Underlings coming out here to defend that positioning. And now Soli opting to do more damage, trying to maximize his gang up attacks here. Does get the Underling kill, evening the score at 300-300. Getting more free damage and opting to continue to. He's going for the same approach he went last time. He's not going for kills as much as he's going specifically for spreading the damage. And he's doing a very good job of it too. And now here comes Invul. Going to be getting a very nice Marine kill, also pushing another Marine at the top to 1 health. And here comes a Swarmer, finishing the job and getting another Marine kill. Could there be one more Marine kill this turn? I don't think there will be a kill, but there will be. The Salamander is going to get a nice shot against the fuse, going for a 5-3 with Plague exchange. And suddenly, Soli now going to have to reconsider his positioning. That Salamander once again finally reaching the center. And here comes Soli, though, to eliminate the Salamander. The Salamander is taken down. And with the fuse still able to put out more damage against that fuse, and it looks like Soli taking the situation in hand almost immediately, getting another underling kill and putting himself into the advantage at 7/6. Once again, Marines coming out from Soli here. Doesn't seem to mind too much the plague effect. Now Invul, with his response, is another Marine kill with that Salamander, but that Salamander in very positioning up at the north. Yes, he gets the kill, but not the safest positioning when he's next to a couple of full health Marines. Soli going to get another couple of points of damage against that fuse. Another Salamander in the center. And finally the fuse forced to dart away. But Soli still picking up a couple more kills here. Getting yet another underling kill. And once again, Soli is able to retake the lead at 9/8. And he's going to be able to get a 4 exchange onto that Salamander on the right-hand side. And that's going to be a big shot. That was exactly what I was worried about for the positioning on that Salamander at the top. Now here comes Invul. Will take the Marine kill. And he's going to be able to take a very nice Marine kill on that swamp tile. Pushing that Salamander for a nice 5-2 exchange. Really doing a good job of diminishing the health of all the full health units that he can afford to put in position. Another Salamander coming up on the board. And now here comes Soli with his push. Is going to get another underling kill, evening the score. Can he get a second one? He looks like he's going to go for an underling and Marine exchange. And they're Soli retaking, not retaking the lead, but evening up the score. And there's the 10 health Marine. And it looks like the Salamander at the top once again going to get eliminated. And Soli managing to get yet another Salamander kill. Invul suddenly on the back heel once again. It looks like he's going to have to take a bit more of a defensive position. And that fuse is still not gone down. It is trying to heal. Out come these underlings. The Swarmer with the Salamander. Is it going to be enough for the kill? It will be enough for the kill, but he's going to have to take that Salamander off the swamp tile. Other Salamander, 8 health Marine on the swamp tile, and Invul suddenly taking the 1.4 over 1.3 advantage and putting himself back into relevancy in this game. And now here comes Invul with his response. Going to be pushing his Marines forward, trying to retake that center control that he just kind of lost there. And the fuse continuing to heal, not wanting to let it get to 1 health just yet. Here comes Soli here. Going to get another underling kill, evening up the kill count. And then with that 10 health, Marine is going to get a big 4 and 5 exchange against that. Is a Salamander this turn? No, but it will be brought down to a 3 health, and it is going to have to retreat for healing. And now here comes the Swarmer on the retaliation. Swarmer's going to get an instant kill on that Marine, and that could open up a couple more options. Ooh, a second instant kill with that underling, and now Invul here taking up from very powerful. But we are on round 9, and Invul has to take the round within 10 in order to keep the win. Invul continue to bully out these Marines, and it looks like he will force that Marine into a kill, taking a nice heal on and opening it with yet another Salamander on the side. Now here comes Invul. So here comes Soli on the response. Will he be able to get the Salamander kill right away? It looks like he will, and down goes yet another Salamander. Is Soli going to be able to maintain? Is Soli going to be able to retake the lead here? I think he might be able to just even it up. And it looks like it is going to be an evening on the count, and that fuse will be repositioned. Super impressive that Soli managed to keep that fuse from dying this whole game. Finally retreated to the heal tile where it will get rid of that plague effect. And now here comes Soli with that Swarmer. Is going to take the Marine kills here, but it looks like it is Soli. It looks like we pushed things around 10, folks, and it looks like Invul. So I would like to see Invul at least take the win, but it looks like we're going to have our last winner for the semifinal slot today. Let's see how the game finds out, though. More Marine harassment against those Salamanders in the center. Can Soli get enough kills to keep the lead or even things up? It looks like he's not going to be able to maintain it. And now Invul finally starting to take the advantageous position. Here comes the heal on the fuse. More Marines being pumped out. Now Invul continuing to press his advantage with Marine kills here. Every Marine that gets killed, it makes Invul a little bit stronger here. This is going to have to be a war of attrition. Retreating that underling back and putting in the full health underling here, getting the capture on that, getting the kill on that base, but no cap to follow it up with. And then another kill. Oh, thanks, Steven. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad you guys like it. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way, guys, if you enjoyed this. Appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always helps out my little channel. And now here comes Soli, taking a 5-2 exchange against that underling at the top there. Another Marine taking his position. And these Swarmers and Salamanders going to follow up on that 5 health Marine at that base position at the bottom. More Swarmers taking attacks on these Marines. And it looks like Soli finally in a position where he can't retaliate. The base cap coming from underling from Invul at last. And these Marines don't look like they're very long for the world. More Marine kills coming from Invul, putting himself at a 900 credit advantage. More underlings being pumped out from Invul, and here comes Soli on his return. And that fuse continuing to be alive and pump out damage. That's like my favorite unit of the whole games, of the whole series today, is that one fuse that just did not quit. And now Soli continuing to aggress against these underlings, trying to keep Invul from getting any more ground. And there's the GG. Invul at last taking his round, but it will be at a 13-round victory, and so it looks like for this matchup, it is going to be Soli, the winner. Although Invul did win the matchup, but Soli won his match in 10 rounds as opposed to 13 rounds, as you can see here at the bottom. Soli taking a 10-round victory, and Invul taking the 13-round victory. So it looks like our finalists for the semifinals on the next cast will be Azorius, Gox, Soli, and Phylexian. All right. Oh, sorry. No. Not Phylexian. It's going to be Azorius, Gox, Sliweesal, and Soli. My bad. Sorry, Sliweesal. My bad. Really great play, guys. I think the Soli versus Invul match was my favorite of this roundup. Super exciting stuff. Thank you for joining me so much, guys. Don't forget, in the future, if you want to be informed of all the other cast information and news that's coming up, join my Facebook at AngryGoblin or my Twitter at AngryGoblin. Don't forget to check out the Uniwar subreddit at reddit.com/Uniwar. I just became a moderator on it. We're trying to build it up and use it as recruiting grounds. Also, if you want to watch some of my other casts coming up, this week I will be live streaming the Mayhem 2v2 arena game. It's this awesome new early release arena multiplayer where it's a 2D shoot 'em scroller that's competitive. I just recently discovered it, and this week I'm going to make an attempt to get to gold rank. So be sure to watch for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also coming up, I'm expecting to get early alpha access to the upcoming Treese Brothers game, Star Traders 2. If you've ever played the Star Traders RPG, it's a game that's set in the Templar Battle Force universe. It's going to be so awesome. I will text that for you right now. Actually, great idea. Thanks for the suggestion. So it's going to be at AngryGoblin. So at AngryGoblin is going to be my calling sign for both my Twitter and my Facebook. So if you want to catch any of the upcoming streams and you want to know what the schedule is going to look like, that's where you got to go. Don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, guys. Always appreciate it. And until next time, guys, this is AngryGoblin.